All right, good morning, Project 19 men. It is In Your Face Friday, and I'm gonna get up in your grill. I'm gonna get real with some truth this morning, and I'm gonna come at you fast and furious and strong because I've got something I'm gonna share with you today. And listen, today I'm gonna encourage you. I'm gonna get up in your face, and I'm gonna get in your grill to encourage you as men today. You know, we're living in a time where masculinity, manhood, being a man is getting beat up. But the truth is, we're also giving ourselves into a lot of regrets as men, making foolish choices, going in some directions we shouldn't be going and doing some things we shouldn't be doing. So it doesn't add to our success, it kind of takes away, if you will. So I want to encourage you today because, hey, we need it. We all need some encouragement. And I got to ask you a question. Do you know where you're standing? Do you know where you're standing? Because I want to encourage you today. I want you to understand the fierceness of what I'm sharing with you this morning. Good morning, Brian. Of what I'm encouraging you with and the fierceness of the importance of what you need and how to encourage you this morning with In Your Face Friday. There's an incredible story in the Bible, all the way back in the book of Exodus, and it's about this guy Moses. Remember that guy? He was a great leader. As a matter of fact, he was the POTUS of Israel. He was the president of Israel, if you will. It's not that he was elected by men, by his constituents. God appointed him to lead this nation, and he was at a time of extreme frustration with these people. And what's incredible is they just come out of bondage in Egypt, and he led them out, and then they crossed the Red Sea with miraculous signs and wonders. It was absolutely incredible. And they get to this mountain, and they just become very foolish and stubborn people. And what's incredible is that Moses gets into this conversation with God. And while he's in the conversation, I want you to understand what happens. He tells God, he says, listen, I can't lead these people, and I can't go any further unless you go with me. And here's what I want to encourage you with, is you got to know where you stand. You've got to know where you're positioned. And in this conversation that Moses was having with God, his creator, and this is how important you and I are. This is how valuable. I believe this with all of my heart, men, that we have been created for greatness. We are designed to do some of the most fascinating, most incredible, most powerful things with our lives, with what we've been given and granted, with our talents and abilities and gifts, that we can get out there and we can accomplish and fulfill what we put our mind to. But in the journey, in the progression of getting to where we want to be and all that we want to do, does anyone out there face discouragement? Does anyone out there face negativity? Good morning, Roberta and all the Hoyt boys out in Iowa. Is anyone else out there ever get beat up in the journey as you're taking your steps and your strides to becoming the fullness and the greatness that God has made you to be? Has anyone dealt with, my number one enemy is not what others are saying, not yet. I mean, that may come in the future once my book is published, and I have my naysayers, I'm sure. But my number one battle is my own negativity, my own discouragement, my own frustrations, my own regrets, my own downfalls and weaknesses. We all have them. And we find ourselves at times struggling and wanting to achieve, but we need encouragement. We're not sure that we are capable of fulfilling the life that we were created to live. We're not sure. There's uncertainties, there's question marks, and we just don't know if we can do this. And Moses was at that point. And I love this story. It's in chapter 33 of the book of Exodus. So he's up on the mountain. All these incredible miracles have just taken place. And he tells God, he says, God, I cannot go any further. I will not go any further. And I will not lead these people unless you go with me. And here's what God said. God said, Moses, I want you to come and stand right here next to me on this rock. I want you to stand next to me right here on this rock. Now here's the question. Here's the question, men. Who is the rock? Who is the rock of ages? Who is the one who stands for all eternity? You've got to know where you stand. You got to know where you're positioned. And God says to Moses, Moses, I know you are capable. I know you are able. I created you for this moment. You are more than capable of doing it. But do you know where you stand? And he encourages Moses to come and stand next to him on this mountain, on a rock. God said, come stand next to me on this rock. Man, that is powerful, because we have to know who the rock is in order for us to grasp and understand what we've been called to do and fulfill and accomplish. And our position is incredibly powerful when we realize where we are positioned and who we are positioned in. Now, Moses goes on to say, well, if I'm going to accomplish this and I'm going to fulfill this, then I need to see you. I need to see your glory. I need to know that your great glory and your great power exists. And I've got to see you face to face. And here's what God said. He said, Moses, no man can see me face to face. He just won't survive. I'm so majestic, so holy, so glorious, so powerful. You're not going to be able to withstand. Hey, good morning, Mike. It's good seeing you, man. And you're not going to be able to stand, and you're not going to be able to bear up all that I am. It'll just wipe you out. But he said, I tell you what, Moses, let me place you in the cleft of the rock, and then when I pass by, I'll put my hand over you, and you can see my backside. I think that's kind of funny. But here's the incredible thing, is that now, is he not only standing on the rock, he's being placed in the rock. Listen to me, man. I want to encourage you today. You've been called to greatness. You've been created to lead with great ability. You have been created as a man, a male gender, and we are created to lead, to protect. We are created to encourage and to build up. We are created to provide for our family and to lead the sphere of influence that God has placed us in and to change a generation. And you got to know where you stand, and you got to know who you're placed in if you're going to lead well. I want to encourage you this morning, men. Listen, I struggle like anyone else. I face my discouragements. I doubt myself. I doubt what I'm doing as an author. I doubt what God's called me to do as a leader of a men's movement, of Project 19 Brotherhood. I worry that I'm not capable. But when those negative thoughts and impressions come upon me, I have to fight through them by standing, by knowing that I stand on the rock and that God has placed me in the rock, the eternal rock, and He is Jesus Christ. Man, I want to encourage you. I don't know what you're going through today. I don't know what you're facing. I don't know what's bombarding your mind and your spirit. But it is an opportunity for you to grow, to make you strong, and cause you to lead with integrity with everything that your God, our God, has created us to do. You guys have a great day. God bless you, and we'll see you right back here again next week. I'm out of here.